Outside of Frank Herbert's world of fiction, our next sector expert is also working to improve people's access to water. Shilpa Alva is a chemical engineer and a businesswoman by training whose early life showed her the impact of inequality on access to water. Shilpa's sense of justice eventually led her to start up Surge for Water, to work for water, sanitation and hygiene. Last month, I had the pleasure of meeting her online, and here's what she had to say.
Thanks for having me, Joe. My name is Shilpa Alva, as you just said. I'm the founder and executive director of Surge for Water. This year, we're celebrating 15 years of Surge. So it's a long journey. Started, when I was a young girl. I grew up in Dubai, and I would travel with my grandmother and extended family to India every year. And I saw at a very young age that that I was growing up in privilege in comparison to some of the poverty I would see around me. And I always wanted to do something about it. But as a child, I didn't know what that would be, and I didn't know how to do it. But that feeling, that fire stayed within me, and it just kept growing. And eventually, 15 years ago, after a long journey through the corporate world, I eventually founded Search for Water. And our organization is focused on working in partnership with rural, remote communities and local leaders in those communities to deliver their solutions for safe water, sanitation, hygiene, and menstrual health.
Specifically, what does Surge do? What's your aim and what's your purpose and your raison d'etre, and how do you do that?
That's a great question. Billions of people right now lack access to basic human rights, right? Like toilets, water at homes, soap to wash hands, menstrual products. And what we do is in the country, so we're working in 4 countries right now: Uganda, Haiti, Philippines, and Indonesia. And in each of those countries, we are in a very specific geographical area. It's rural, it's remote. It is typically where no other international NGOs are working. And what we do is identify local leaders who have their own organizations and have their own vision for how they want to transform those communities. We are only supporting local organizations who are from that community, from those districts, from those communes, depending where you are in the world. And they're integrated there. They were born there. They went to school there. They have grandparents and elders, right? So they're really deeply
actually belong there. Yeah.
They speak the tribal languages. There's a lot of indigenous communities, right? They belong to those tribes, and they don't, have, even if they leave, people have different intentions. They have a deeper belonging. Absolutely. That goes both ways within those communities. Yeah. And we're working with them as trusted leaders. They already have gained that, but they've just lacked resources, right? They already have the ideas. They know how to solve these issues, right? We're doing simple things. The innovation comes more from a process standpoint, but the technologies are really adapted towards what can they find locally, build locally, has local engineers and technology that can easily be fixed, can be maintained. And I always say, drilling the well, building the rainwater harvesting system is the easiest part. Yeah. The part that's harder is everything that goes in before and after.
Absolutely. No, I'm with you 100%. What key success are you most proud of? And tell us a bit about it.
Honestly, just reaching 15 years as an organization and having sustained impact in the countries we worked in, right? So for example, in Uganda, we've been there for 10 years. We're celebrating 10 years in the districts of Kabramaida and Kalaki. And the local partner that we work with, they call Popo, they have been elevated to such an incredible point of success or honor in this community because they've done so much with those local governments. And that's what gives me pride. Not that Surge is recognized in this community, but this local organization has so much respect because of the work we have done together. And, there's over 200 water sources, right? 70 or 80 toilets, almost 200,000 people, maybe even over 200,000 people reached in these 2 districts. And now we're at the point of looking at neighboring districts, not just because we want to expand, it's because we have growth-minded partners who have the vision to scale themselves, but also because the neighboring districts in this area are coming to us and saying, please come here as well. So,
and that's the highest compliment. Yeah, if people see something their neighbours have got and they want that too, then I cannot think of a better accolade for what you've done. That's fantastic. What would be your takeaway messages for the audience? So somebody's watching this and going, this is amazing and I want to be involved. What kind of partnerships are you looking for? How do people get hold of you? What do they do next?
We can go into more districts. We can go into more countries if we had the resources. So if anyone in the audience is in a position, personally or through their companies, from a corporate perspective, to partner with us, we have several incredible success stories of companies who partnered with us over multiple years at different scales, right? You've had companies who like every year are like, okay, we're going to do holistic water, sanitation, hygiene solutions for a school. And each year they do one. We've had others that do it at a much larger scale, where it's like, water systems for larger areas and over multiple countries. We have enough experience of customizing the recognition and, the package that comes with that kind of partnership. Just if we had more of those kinds of, well-intentioned partners who really want to make sustainable change in the right way, we would love to have that conversation, work together to do this.
Fantastic. So any billionaires in the audience, then please step forward. But since every little helps, you don't have to be a billionaire, and please step forward anyway. Amazing.
Hearing from all the billionaires and everyone else too.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it and I love what you do. Thank you, Shilpa. This topic is super important to me because where I live, Southern Africa, is littered with the carcasses of dead water projects that were very well meant, but sadly not very well informed, so were not practical in the long term. If this resonates with you too and you want to help, check out Surge for Water's website or contact Shilpa directly using the links shown on the screen right now.